One design feature that's been very much on trend at the moment is the use of multiple banners or hero units on an individual page. I've had a couple of questions from clients about this recently, so I thought I'd take you through the process of creating this step by step. I'm already logged into my admin area, and as you can see on the left hand menu in the not linked section, we have an index page called test ready to go. If you're not sure how to add an index page, if you go to the section where you want to add the page, click on the plus icon as shown here, and then select index. One thing of note within Squarespace, this is only available on certain templates. The good news is that most of the modern templates in Squarespace have this feature. And what an index page does is it allows you to combine multiple text pages into one, and they will display one after the other. The way it works as it views in the admin area is very similar to how you would have a folder as shown here. So the text pages then will branch off underneath the index. So if I click on the add section and then add a blank page, and then I can go to the cog and then rename this to test 1. I'd recommend a format similar to this just to allow you to know where you're at when you're editing within the admin area. Okay, so I've already used that URL before, so I'm going to start with number 2 instead. And so on and so forth. So I can then click on the cog icon as shown here. And I could duplicate this, press confirm. Rename that to test 3. Press save and then move it below 2. And then finally then, I'm going to duplicate one more time. And rename this to test 4. So now we have our index page with our 3 sections within it. And as we scroll down to the page, we've got 3 big blocks with what should show as the title saying this page is empty. So for the first page, I'm going to roll over that section and then select banner in the tooltip that appears. And I can either add an image from my computer, or I can search the built-in stock library called Unsplash, and we can use one of these photos as a free edition. I almost always use these photos when building the initial structures because it's a little bit nicer than seeing blank boxes, and it allows us to get the feel of how the shape of the website is developing. So we've got our initial banner. We're now going to have a text area in the second section. So I'm going to put some Latin placeholder text in there. We may also have a title. The way that I've been able to add that text block in so quickly is I use a third-party plugin called Text Expander, which I'm a huge fan of. It saves an awful lot of time, and we can get you a discount if you're a member of the Pixelhaze Academy as well. It's only around £30 per year to purchase, and it really does save me a huge amount of time. Our final step now is we're going to add in our second banner. So again, I scroll over the test 4 section and then select banner. On the tooltip, again go in search for images, select an image, Add it to site. This one's taking a little while to load, but once it's loaded we can move the focal point if we want to, so we can get that skyline in the shot and then press save. The reason I'm moving the focal point on that image is because it's a portrait image as well, so we want to go over the section that we want. Once we've added these banners in, then we can then start to use spaces to create a little bit more space around the content, and also in the banners we can add whatever content we want. So here we could put a page intro, we could also go back in and put a line and even a spacer next to the line to move it to where we want to. So one of the benefits of Squarespace is you get a huge amount of flexibility on a page-by-page basis, which many others don't have that feature available. Once you go past the home page or key page structures, you'll end up with a more rigid list of features to choose from. Here on Squarespace you have huge amount of flexibility. So if you wanted to, for example, add in a grid gallery overlay in this background image, you can. And so you can build up the page section by section as you see fit.